Now, another thing about the phone, if you remember, I told you I've set it in the next seat to me, right? Well, guess what seat I found it behind? The driver's seat, right? How the hell did it get there? Teleport itself? No, right? I didn't even have it behind me, right? I had it in the passenger seat, idiot, right? So how the hell did it get behind me unless someone picked it up, put it behind me, right? They don't float. They don't disappear. They don't reappear, right? It's a animate object, right? And you have to physically move it, right? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. No. It don't teleport itself, right? There's no teleportation devices really in reality, except on TV where they're using an optical illusion, right? When David Copperfield made the Statue of Liberty appear to disappear, it didn't really disappear, by the way. It was still where it was at. Just through the camera's angle, you could no longer see it, and it appeared as if it disappeared, right? But that's removing it from the camera's audience, right? That don't mean it did anything physically to the Statue of Liberty itself. And that's called an illusion, a trick of the eye. And the camera can do that by editing out the Statue of Liberty. That's what they did. They just simply edited it out of the frame, right? And replaced it with what appeared to be sky, right? A frame of sky instead of the statue itself, right? That's called an illusion when someone does that. Yes, it is. But the phone itself was in the seat next to me, and I just went in to eat Burger King. So where should it have been when I came out? In the seat next to you. Right, right. Not behind my driver's seat. That's like someone purposely got it from that seat and put it in the back seat, right? Behind my car, behind my driver's seat, right? That wasn't where I remember having it, right? Or it would have been easily found as well, right? I had to search for it to find it, right? In under my stuff, right, right. It was almost under the seat, right? Too. That's not normal either. Now, last time I checked, even the angel of the Lord don't teleport things, right? Now, he can also, if he assumes human form, pick it up and put it in the back seat himself, but again, he has to assume human form to do that, right? There's no such thing as seeing an object move around without nobody touching it. Either here or in heaven. Or in heaven. See, either you're in heaven or you're in earth, by the way. Either you're alive or you're dead, too, right? Right. That's the whole point, right? And if you did something wrong, there would be proof. If you didn't, there ain't none. There ain't none. Like I said, even thinking her vagina would be proof with DNA, right? Because that would leave saliva on the vagina, right? If I rub the vagina, that would rub her clit, right? And that would turn the clit red. Yes, it would. Right? I know what to rub too. I know what to rub too. Not of any child, but of any child, right? Why? Because of my dealings with adult women, right? I know anatomy from school, same as you do, right? Even if it's half the vagina, right? I know. A cutout version of it, right? I know. I've seen one before too. I've seen one before too. Now, I ain't saying that's not some surgical masterpiece. I don't know that part. But most of the ladies I with didn't have no male member, right? But only the vagina, really. And there were 17 of those. There were 17 of those. The last two, I'm confused as what happened with them. Unless both their names was Michelle, right? Again. But again, I don't know. Thing about amnesia is you can only ask me what happened, and I can say I don't recall. That's part of someone's defense too, right? If I don't remember what happened, I don't remember what happened either. No matter how long it is, right? If it's before the girl got there and before she leaves, I come too, that's how long it was. That's how long it was. If that's 20-something minutes, right, or longer, but over 20 minutes, let's say, right, something more had to happen between me and the girl too, right? I told you how, right? I told you God could heal me like the Wolverine, right? That he can do. That he can do. You don't have to be here to heal me like the Wolverine, right? Just as he healed people of leprosy, just as he healed people of his own wounds, right? Whether you believe it or not, right? See, your faith don't have to be my faith, but if my faith is truly backed by the Lord of hosts, right, the Holy One of Israel, you're screwed. You're screwed. Now, the Holy One, by the way, isn't Kodesh Echad, right? Which is holy, too, right? It's a different Hebrew word, right? By the way, I gotta look into that, right? I know. There's a reason called that something. They also call the angel of the Lord or messenger of the Lord, right? Though there's 7 messengers. Tobit talks about that, right? So we know, all right, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, Michelle. Who else? There's 3 more. I know. I only know 4 right now, right? But their names generally end in LL. If they're a real messenger, right? They also know your history, right? Raphael acted like he was of kin to Tobit in the book of Tobit, right? By the way, too. Exactly, yeah. So they kind of have knowledge of things when they become human, right? Though they're not human unless they're on the divine mission from God or a demon trying to trick you into doing something evil with him, right? Now, up to the flood, I think the demons were called titans, right? And were taller human beings, right? And then they made the giants with the mortal women, right? And then they died for their sin and were delivered over to chains of darkness, right? Now, according to Scripture, they were all killed in the flood, right? Now, that don't mean their DNA died out, but they died out themselves, right? Mm-hmm. Now, that's by 6,000 years ago, by the way. Mm-hmm. Even India has proof of a flood around 6,000 years ago, right? And the last ice age was 12,000 years ago. So, if there's 2 floods of that close of a region, all in the Middle East area, within 6,000 years of one another, could that be what Moses is confusing himself, right? See, even Moses only knows in part and prophesies in part, right? He's being told all the same stories we're being told today, except from the Egyptian point of view, right? By the way, right? And the Hebrew point of view, right? See, he's told 2 different religions growing up. First, Egyptian, and then he learns about the Hebrew people as he's between the 40 years, right, of his first advent, right? He's in Egypt for 40 years, right? Then he goes into the wilderness for 40 years, and then he leads Israel out of Egypt and is in the wilderness for 40 years, right? So that's 120 years, and that's how old he was when he died, right? Now, the thing is, though, Tobit lived about 158, his son about 127, I guess. I know. See, there's also problems with the book of Tobit, right? He lived longer than Moses, right? Longer than 120 years, right? There again, though, Raphael is why. I know. There's kind of a reason, though, right? Mm-hmm. They had an interaction with the archangel Raphael, who's a real angel, by the way, too, from the Bible. He's not just a character in Teenage Ninja Turtles based on also an artist, right? Or a painting or whatever, right? Right. Mm-hmm. He's also an angel from the Apocrypha. Mm-hmm. I know. So is Uriel, right? See, right now I only remember four. Mm-hmm. I don't remember the other three, but they're also found in the Book of Enoch, right? All seven are mentioned in the Book of Enoch, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm only human, right? See, I still have normal memory loss. I could, as I get older, over 120, develop dementia or Alzheimer's, even, right? That's called normal memory loss, too, right? Or a mental defect some older people get. Not all people get it, though, by the way, too, right? It all depends. It all depends, right? Some say it's what you eat. Some say it's genetic. Some say it's this. Some say it's that. Some say they don't know what the hell's the problem, right? Some say they do, right? You got that anywhere you look, right? Right. Mm-hmm. Now, if you make comments on my videos and they're just singing videos, you're trying to start a fight. Mm-hmm.